My teaching style. So I basically uh, theoretically my approach would be like a microecological approach. So I would like students to be able to understand like how a certain media forms can have a different effect or can affect like a particular society differently, and it's also a two-way process, like how this technology could shape the society, and at the same time the society could also shape the technology. So in that case, I like to use like case studies. So it's usually built around case studies and also theoretical approach, and using these case studies that's not only focused on sort of the Western perspective but also non-Western perspective, so the student will be able to have a much broader sense of how media affect society. So yeah, I tend to prefer a rectangular classroom, so I like to set up my class into sort of like rectangular or half circle classroom, because I would like them to see their cohort, and I would also uh, I think that sort of encourage students to participate more, and to see their peers and to collaborate in like rather than sitting on the back, even though at some times depending on the classroom I may not be able to do that. um, I sort of start thinking about video games as a serious medium when I was writing my dissertation, because I believe that right now in our contemporary society, just like film or cinema in like early 20th century becomes like the form for entertainment. Now the mainstream form of entertainment is video games, and we should start thinking about video game much more seriously as a kind of a cultural expression, a platform for cultural expressions. And so that's what got me into my current research right now. So I'm currently looking at Valkyria Chronicles. It's a turn-based RPG sort of game, Japanese game, and I'm interested in Valkyria Chronicles in terms how it depicts a sort of a cute representation of war. It's basically an alternate reality of World War II, and what got me interested with this game is because uh, historically Japan is the losing party in World War II. So it's interesting how they use this World War II setting to be able to sort of present this cute representation of war, and how they sort of reflect on nuclear, like atomic bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, because that's also the main plot in Valkyria Chronicles. And as for Never Alone, I'm interested in Never Alone because it's an indie game, and it's made through collaboration with the Alaskan natives, the Inupiaq tribe, and it tries to use video games as also as serious platforms for their identity expressions. So like how the game is basically based on Inupiaq folklore, and how it also combines sort of video games and documentary film. Okay.